As we look at our next heat coming up, in the water, J.Florence, number 6 in the world from the state of Hawaii. Gabriel Medina, former 2-time champion out here, 7th in the ranks. L.O'Brien, the Aussie, coming in number 7. The pick for Rookie of the Year for most people, Peter.
From the warm-ups, I would say this is going to be the most competitive heat. It really was. All 4 of these guys have been ripping this place to ribbons.
And Rio, I believe he's riding an epoxy from Sharpened. Looking quick on this one. Hair is dry. How's that snap on the outside, too? Lovely combo from Rio Waida. The surfer from Indonesia, the first Indonesian to qualify for the championship tour. He's been an Olympian.
Just straight annihilation of the lip. I mean, he's gliding all the way across. There wasn't a barrel section, and that's okay. Woo! Especially if you're doing moves like this.
That's an understatement. Oh, and just as we say that,
no.
Goes a bit too big. It seemed like that wave was starting the barrel right as he went up into the lip line, too.
How compressed he is. You know, and that allows him to sit off that bottom and time where he wants to go into the lip. He has one of those more, I mean, Julian Wilson's another example of somebody who really was able to sit off the bottom of the rail, and that's why he has so much spring and pop in his surfing, because he's moving, his shock absorbers move much, you know, almost like a 4x, you know, he's moved up and down, and it allows him to compress through his moves.
And just, right there.
Yeah,
that's the barrel section right there. That's where the barrel section starts at the end.
It's so hard to see it, too. It just literally pops up. It's not like you can see at the bottom of the wave going, oh, here's where the barrel's going to be. The only way you can really see it is if you look up at the flags.
We don't normally see people draw too many lines either, but how was that carved before the fall, too?
That's what I'm saying. Like I mean, that's the mix that Rio brings. I mean, of the warm-ups, watching.
Necessity of needing to requalify last year after bowing out from the championship tour. Had an injury at Pipeline. Didn't surf in a single event of the first 5 and made his way back through the CS. A bit deep right here. Nearly lost it at the beginning of this wave. Up into the lip line a few times. Cruising through this midsection. The performance zone right here. You can see that offshore just a lot stronger on the lefts now than it was
earlier,
previous days.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, when it blows super strong, it's crumbly, but right now it's got a pocket.
And Liam taking advantage of that pocket so far. In the barrel now. Great positioning. Ooh. He'll come out cleanly. And a strong finish for O'Brien.
So the point of difference, that barrel, right? A little bit, that end barrel, there was a little drift. The way he was able to get up underneath it right after the maneuver. Again, those are the moments within this wave that you kind of showcase a little difference. And that was something that Liam brought to the table there. A good solid finish as well.
They're both pretty calm. It's hard to get reads off them. They've got that nice, cool, deadpan kind of glare. 2 great friends. Ross, the coach. John, looking for a 3rd world title this season. As we catch up to some great backhand work. Look at this man. He's done this before. Gabriel Medina coming out of the pit was.
This kid is on fire out here. It's just, I love the technical side of the surfing and how clean he is, but the flow and the rhythm, the strength he's got, and the confidence he's rocking around with is just unbelievable these days. In the lip. Wow, straight up through that one. Coming to the inside here. Let's see what he's got. Great timing, positioning, lays it down into the bowl. He's deep, comes out. What's he got on the inside section? Blows the tail out, nice 3. Super solid, he's happy.
Always happy, always comfortable. Gabriel Medina, the best ever to compete at this venue. The down the wave doesn't change too much. And this board looks brilliant, Rosie.
It looks unbelievable. You know, he had that moment where he kind of transitioned and ducked under the hood where it looked like the wave was going to take his neck off, and he just somehow managed to put himself right in the sweet spot. Almost seems like he's just really playing with his style and his approach and his tempo. Like you said, he's been the most consistent surfer at the Surf Ranch. So for him to get creative and show us a unique side, I feel the energy exuding off him. I see that confidence. Pete Mills said it this morning in the Dawn Patrol. Free surf sessions, he's been surfing about 20% better than most of the athletes. I mean, that's a high confidence mark. It's very unique to see the Aussie and the Brazilian working together, and they've had such a successful working relationship.
First surfer from Indonesia to qualify full-time for the championship tour, past the midseason cut. That was stressful. But now Rio Waida's got some freedom on the back end of the season. Great hammer there on the back end. Belts it. Great timing there. Backhand float, so 3 different types of turns. Extended climb. Now into the open face as Florence looks on. A lot of water moving there on that backhand. Pushing off the tail. Well done for Rio, tube time. Comes out, final turn, blow tail incomplete.
In the steep sections, that's definitely one of them. And finishing off your ride. This morning we heard Kelly Slater saying, you know, it's important to have a complete ride. That was part of his kind of mindset going into the heat. Rio, I liked his tempo on this wave, especially as a rookie on tour. This is his first experience surfing in the basin. So to see his first look at what he's doing, that technique of putting his hand on the deck of his surfboard, just keeping him centered over the stringer. You know, you look at this wave and your mind goes to waves in Indo that you see, that just that perfection. So I feel like he'd be feeling right at home, and that's where his front foot disconnected from that board from the get-go.
Strider's referencing on the poles for a surfer like Toledo, sometimes he's got 5 turns done before the barrel. Some surfers go, hey, I'm gonna save my legs and actually have a shorter ride if it doesn't affect the number. Cool wrap to start, because that was different. End to a vertical. So not repeating a single move. Well done with variety. Slams on the brakes, gets shacked. Man from the North Shore of Oahu is a genius in the tube. Maxed that one out well, and how's the down car? Picks the Paizel back up, hits it off the lip. Cool stylish one there as he ditched the fins and kind of was just pushing himself out front. How about that creative hack with the tail slide? Slows down. He is ultra deep. Florence bit off too much. And he'll lose the last part of the inside corner. But I really enjoyed that wave. There's no style in the world like John. A 3-time world champ looking for a 4th title this season. 617 on the opener. And now setting up his first left of the day. Wraps it in the pocket, going for a little bit of a shorter board than what he rode on the right. Playing with that coping, doesn't mind floating out of the sky, ditches the fins well, lays into a big open face hook. I love that rotation in the climb. He's really fitting the pace well this wave, incredibly. Full redirect on the car from Medina has given us a lot. What more does he have for us? Here comes the hollow cave. Looks like he's hustling in front of it. Alley-oop. Full rotation incomplete.
Surfers, they're trying to play catch-up. They hit it just a split second wrong, and it pushes them behind. Gabe has just such a connection with the surf ranch, and his surfing just fits right in that pocket. That turn right there was cool. Just watch this rail line as he pulls it around too, and then, you know, he's kind of thinking about the barrel. He wants to go for the alley-oop. In my mind, I was like, wow, how's this guy going to put a foot wrong? But watch how quickly he goes into this transition. There's no burning off of the speed as he goes into the air. And then, unfortunately, you think he's got it too. It's just that nose that dips in there, that trough of the wave is so cuppy.
Still, the best score of this qualifying round is with Rio Waida on his left, a 6.83. Second best left is what Medina just threw down. Now here comes Lobby, Liam O'Brien, into his 9th appearance at the championship tour level. Injured himself last season, missed out on his rookie year. Made the mid-season cut in an incredible way when he took out Kelly at Margaret River. What are you seeing, Waz?
I just love that down carve on the face like that. You don't get to see anybody out on the face using that rail. And oh, he goes over the outside rail as he comes into that. He was on such a roll right there. That's gonna hurt. I mean, it's got to play with your head when you're going down on waves.
He's gonna have to really pick up the pace in run number 2.
Definitely. I think this is that lost opportunity. And you know, going over like that as a surfer, you feel it because your head and shoulders aren't positioned in the right place to really take control of where your board is going. You see, it's just not quite over it and ready to swing that board around and get into that next transition.
J.Florence, a two-time world champion, won in back-to-back seasons from 2016 to 2017. Setting up his first turn on the left. 2 snaps to start. He stretches this one out. Times the backhand snap again. That section's going to delay that climb for a moment. And now back to the lip again. A quick decision to ditch the fins, and that one's going to be running through unridden.
Really grinding off that coping of that wave. You can watch him kind of reposition his feet, start to feel a little bit of a drift of the fins. He's getting his groove, and it's so easy to go off the back of this wave if you get just that little bit in front of it. There's no pushback like you feel in the ocean. We've been talking about that. You've really got to generate your own kind of forward momentum and push, and use that power to keep you on the face of the wave. It might be. I mean, as that land starts to heat up, you do see that wind kind of increase.
This kid is so cool, Rio Waida. Not afraid to be on the road, wants to get comfortable at every venue on tour. 2 good top turns before he packs it. Now out in front, how about that down carve? Super smooth. There's the vertical was.
Beautiful surfing. Rio just really comboing this wave with so many different varieties of maneuvers that I can't imagine the judges aren't taking a huge note right here. This is where all things went wrong last time, so he pulls that out. Now he's in the tube. He's looking out, looking for the freedom, and he found it on the inside. Big gouge again. I love it. He's just comboing that down carve, and it's a point of difference for me. I like seeing that rail turn back into the bowl like that. It's not something usual that we see here at the surf ranch. Beautiful surfing for Rio.
He'll be preparing for run number 2 very shortly, as this wave is setting up for Australia's Liam O'Brien. Liam in the 3rd spot at the moment. His left that he started off with was a 5, so that's what he's trying to beat now. Boy, is he smooth. Bit of patience between turns out there. Now down carve, this will set up the lip to hit.
Beautiful flow through the midsection. Wow, that's what we were looking for. That bit of progression with that reverse. Can he get around this section, Joe?
Looks like he's got enough to come around the corner, so he did the risk of the blowtail reverse, and it paid off. Small inside section for the barrel, and he will blow the tail again. That one was radical.
It's so unexpected, right? Like when you're watching him, he's got that easy flow, that good style, and then when he throws that little bit of velocity into his turns.
And then you find out when they're on tour, oh yeah, no weaknesses from Liam O'Brien. What'd you see here?
Yeah, just love this easy flow, but right there in that top third of the wave, watch how critical he gets. He even picks that nose into the top third, and that was crucial for this maneuver because it helped him spin around and gave him that momentum to transition right into that next move. Beautiful amount of spray, and then just tucks it under. Doesn't get particularly deep, but then he combos it up with this maneuver right here, and that was one of the quickest transitions that I've seen on one of those.
And I really think he needed this.
Yeah, you're right.
Because even though he did the reverse earlier, it did take a little bit of time away from more turns. He did recover, which was brilliant, but it seems like the judges have been... G.Medina, dangerous on his back end. He's won events like Snapper Rocks. He's won events like Jeffreys Bay. He won in San Francisco going right in Ocean Beach. With turns like that. Late decision to pull in. Almost got clipped. And now back to business off the lip. Well-managed start for Gabe. Strider, what are you seeing?
Just some incredible management like you're talking about, adding drama to the surfing with that late entry into the barrel. And I feel like it's all by design. The way that he surfs this wave is just unbelievable. And so he's got it all on lock. slides under the hood, beautiful stall, pushes on the gas pedal, comes out, goes into the lip line, and blasts it around for the reverse. That was incredible. Just sticking the three-point line right at the end of the game.
Check out this view from the Cup Noodle ski cam.
Yeah, just beautiful transition. I like what Strider said there. You know, the drama in his surfing is all by design. Like, he's definitely mapped out this ride. He's found those critical sections where he can add a little bit of extra emphasis and theatrics to his surfing. Love the drift. I think it all comes down to this end section though, Joe. Like, where it does get steep and critical, that's where Medina's right waiting in the wings, ready to attack. Clip under the hood. He gets pretty deep on that little inside section, and he knows he's got to leave himself with some room to complete this maneuver right here. Does the spin, finishes so easily. I think that was Strider off the ski.
He's riding two different boards from the right to the left as well. So taking advantage of the downtime. First year, we're not going back to back with your rides in this opening qualifying round. And this is Rio Waida. Serious eye line, now attacking. Big vertical, well-timed backhand hack from Waida. Snap and ditches the fins. There's the climbing move. Looks like he's got total control. I'm blown away. This is his first time here at the Surf Ranch. Nice hook in the pocket, wide open. Pulls in, disappears completely. He is so deep. Oh no, we've lost Rio in the barrel. And trying to keep his spot at the moment in second, which would put him in the night surf. We'll keep you posted on the numbers right after this.
G.Medina's put on a show. Liam O'Brien has had flashes of brilliance. John's kind of got to pick up his socks.
After his first run, he jumped on the bike in the Red Bull Athlete Zone to keep the legs just nice and fresh. I like the sweep that he's going to start on that first turn, then to a snap, so that's been reliable. Third turn there, so he kind of had that planned out. Into the pit, there's that tube riding excellence in motion. Can just change his body positioning and then lays into it again, an aggressive power carve. John needs to better a 5.67. A 7.27 on this wave gets him into at least third or second as we look at him slowing down for the barrel. And now out in front, here comes something big. Throw tail reverse, nice and easy. Almost felt like he controlled the pace once he got into the sky. They're screaming his name as we look at the start of this one again.
Yeah, the little tube ride was also pretty cool, how deep he got. Cool, you know, John.
And time for the Medina show. 17 championship tour wins, already one of the all-time greats on page one of the all-time win list. Throwing some water to start. Nice controlled power surfing off the lip. Little air drop. Floats the next section. And rips the lip off that one. How's that? Extended reverse. All with flow, all with style. Comparable to Dora's version earlier today. Climbs over the white water and now separates some water off the face. Into its inside corner, doesn't want the pit. Can he grease the alley-oop? He goes corrupt and gets it.
You know, it was good when the competitors area downstairs from us, the competitors lining the basin are also going pretty nuts.
Take another look.
Such a fun wave to break down because you're seeing him really start to tap into that energy, that consistency that we're so used to. Goes for that layback. That there, you know, dipping into the playbook of Yagadora that we saw earlier today. That reverse on that section, but extended and a lot of amplitude in that maneuver. High risk, high reward. That's what Gabby's looking for. Shuffles back with the feet so he can get back on the open face. Watching a couple combos, decides to go for This crop foot right here. So much speed too, Joey. There's no breaks in between. He's going at everything with such a high velocity. Goes for that double hand grab right there. Flips it around. So fun to see the variety that this guy has and just what he can dip into in his bag of tricks.
So impressed with that version of the corrupt. Like you said, so much speed. They both were just going blow for blow. He's in such a great place now with some freedom to move, not worried about falling off tour for the rest of the year. And also already qualified for 2024. Worked a lot with Jay Thompson over the years, and they still love talking about surfing together. It's going to slow down, and if you're from the Gold Coast, you learn this very early. How to time your speed in the barrel. Goes down that slick, open face hook. Off the lip bash again, and nice flow for O'Brien. Draws it all the way down to the bottom. Big vertical again, and now he's got the end section cave prepared for it. He'll have some room. Throws something big, going for the stock punt, and it just ran away from him. But remember, O'Brien's best in the opening run was on a left. So we're going to see all kinds of improvement here.
Essentially looking to improve on that 3.5. So there's room to groove on that score line. I don't know how much, there's so much emphasis put on that end section. That it was really crispy wave and nice and cupped out. There was definitely opportunity for him to do something really special. It almost seemed like he was in two minds, and just kicks the board away there as he realizes that he's gone too far out on the open face.
It's never really off, is it? Just you, the wave, the machine, the judges, the crowd, the commentators. It's all right in your face.
As we look at John getting to work. Important ride for him. Remember, world number 6 wants to get a spot in the WSL Final 5. Goes left all the time at home. A lot of airs on his backhand when he's surfing into the trades. He recovers from the reverse. He's got to catch back up to the open face if he wants a chance at the night session. Does well to recover that one, but he's got more work to do. Time to get barreled and definitely needs a finish. John now winding up, throws the fins out, does get the reverse in a pressure situation.
You were twitching because I think we were both watching John, and he does the reverse right here, but he gets a little bit caught, and you're like, he's done. He's tickets. It's so hard to recover and get around this section when you're left behind on the left, and somehow he does it, obviously, because he's a freak. He's John. But this was crucial. These last few maneuvers, and then obviously this barrel section, and then just the combination of this wave. This last maneuver is just so cool. Having the strength in the legs to do all of that after the heart-stopping moments of almost not making around that section.
Reverse to nail on that wave, but for John, gosh, he does a million of those at waves like Rocky Point when he's home, and looked really solid, even handling different types of pressure that he might not be used to. Florence and Waida will be surfing tonight.